Hello, this is Debs at Raina Read Stuff. I'm back to talk to you again, twice in one day, about Historathon 2023. I've caught up despite joining late, and Historathon 2023 was is the brainchild of Vin at Revenant Reads. There's several different co-hosts as well, all of whom I will add below. We are now on to the third quarter. Historathon 2023 splits the year into four, and each quarter has a time period. The time period for Q3 is 1500 to 1820, and apparently it's been specifically done like that to take in the Jane Austen July tag, which I'm also participating in and enjoying that. But I would like to show you the possible books that I intend to read in this third quarter. So the first one is a book by Helena Kelly called Jane Austen, The Secret Radical. Obviously, this one ties in with Jane Austen July. Um, I did buy this specifically for both, but it looks really interesting. And it says Austen expert Helena Kelly introduces the reader to a passionate woman living in an age of revolution, to a writer who used the lightest literary genres, the novel, to grapple with the weightiest of subjects: feminism, slavery, abuse, treatment of the poor, the power of the church, and even evolution, at a time when to write about such things was directly was seen as akin to treason. I quite like forceful women. I think this looks quite interesting. So that's one possibility. The second possibility is specifically about something of which I know nothing. This is by Anna Key, and it's called The Restless Republic. And it deals with the time period between Charles I being ousted from the throne of England and having his head chopped off. Or was it? Yeah, I think he had his head chopped off. Anyway, he was executed. He is no more. This is 1649, and it goes through to what's the date? I think it's 1661 when the monarchy is revived and Charles II is crowned. So this book talks about a period of 10 years where Britain didn't have a monarchy. And I don't know anything about that period. I know very little about Oliver Cromwell, and I just thought that that would be an interesting read. So that's possibility number two. Number three, I'm really looking forward to this. I mentioned in the video for Q2 how I've got a bit of a bee in my bonnet about the people who were written out of history, and that history really only seems to involve white men. I mean, we all know history is written by the victors, but there's a huge section of the population missing when we come to history teaching and history books. General knowledge about history doesn't tend to include an awful lot of women, and it doesn't tend to include an awful lot of ethnic minorities. And so this one caught my eye in the bookshop, Black Tudors by Miranda Kaufman. And This says a black porter publicly whips a white Englishman in the hall of a Gloucestershire manor house. A Moroccan woman is baptized in a London church. Henry VIII dispatches a Mauritanian diver to salvage lost treasures from the Mary Rose. From long forgotten records emerged the remarkable stories of Africans who lived free in Tudor England. And I just thought that sounded fascinating. This is probably my top choice for Q3, as well as the Jane Austen one for Jane Austen July. Hopefully, I'll get around to reading all three of them. You never know. The other thing I really want to read, but that not necessarily Q3. This covers the entire time period for the whole of Historathon 2023. So by the end of the year, I would like to have read this. This is the Faber Book of Reportage, and it's edited by John Carey, and it is a collection of first-hand witness accounts of various events throughout history. And it starts with Thucydides. No idea how to pronounce that. About the plague in Athens in 430 BCE. And it has lots and lots of accounts of all sorts of events, ending with, says she rapidly flicking through the pages, the fall of President Marcos in Manila in the Philippines in 1986. And it's the sort of book that you can dip in and out of. It's also a bit of a chunky monkey. So I thought Historathon 2023 would give me a good excuse to get further than I have, which at the moment is page 19. So that will probably span both quarters. I was also quite aware that my choice of books is very, very UK centric. The ones I read for Q1 and Q2 are UK based. All the ones I've selected for Q3 are UK based. And I thought, should I add something from other countries? And then I thought, well, hopefully there'll be a Historathon 2024 and I can move further afield then. Anyway, that's my to be read list for Historathon 2023 quarter 3. I am glad that I have the whole quarter to read them rather than 2 weeks like I had for the first 2 quarters. If you like the video, please give me a like down below. And I would love to have some subscribers so I can chat to people about books and bookish stuff. So please consider subscribing to my channel, Raina Reads Stuff, and thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you soon.